Are you in business no man's land? I was with a client the other day and it hit me. You have these moments as an advisor or an expert, whatever you want to call it in the field that you're in, and you have this moment where you go, I've never thought of this before and I can't believe I hadn't thought of it in the past. I said, we're in business no man's land. And he goes, what's no man's land? And I said, well, no man's land is you don't have the gun at your head forcing you to make a decision. And you're also not a business that is thriving and running on all cylinders, to use that cliche. You're in that no man's land of, well, do I want to improve? You're still making sufficient profit, you're making payroll, you're doing all your obligations, and as shareholders, you might still be getting a small return, relatively speaking, from your business. So it's clear you're not going backwards, you're putting some money in your pocket, but on all statistical analysis, you're not doing as well as what your business should or could be doing. Do I want to have the awkward conversation? Do I want to tell the operations manager we need to improve, we need to do better? Do I want to have that conversation with the sales team going, hey guys, we need to be selling 20% more? Do I need to talk with the finance team and go, hey, we need to get our debtors to pay us a little bit quicker? We're not doing the things that make us be elite. What is no man's land statistically? There'd be two reference points I would use. Firstly, what has your business done in the past? Now, the gentleman that I referred to at the start of this conversation, his business had for the last 3 years had net profit percentage over 20%, which was outstanding. And in the last 12 months, in the financial year that's just about to finish, they're going to be around about 7 or 8%. So they're clearly still profitable, they're still making money, but they're statistically nowhere near where they were previously. Another reference point is looking at benchmarking. How does your business benchmark against others in its space? What is its profitability? In most businesses, you should be aiming for somewhere between 15 to 20% profitability. If you're somewhere at 6 and 7%, speaking very loosely, there's a really good chance that you're in no man's land. Those would be the 2 points I would use to understand if you're in no man's land. How do you compare to what you've done previously when you've had high levels of performance for extended periods of time? And how does your business benchmark against other businesses in the same industry? I don't want to sound like I'm sitting on the fence when I say this, but if you're unsure of where your business should be benchmarking, speak to your accountant, speak to us. We can give you some reference points as to what your business should be achieving relative to its industry and relative to its size. Ultimately, the difference between being stuck in no man's land or pushing through that area is, what are we like as a leader? What is our ability to have those awkward conversations? Go, hey guys, we're not poor, but we're not great either. If you were to use a football analogy, you might just make the finals or you might just fall out of the finals. You're not the worst team in the competition, but you're definitely not winning the premiership either. So how do we become that premiership winning team? And as I said, it's on us as leaders to set direction, set high expectations, and execute on high standards. How willing are we to have those awkward conversations with our team to optimize performance and set that standard and set those targets for what we must achieve, not what we would like to achieve, what we must achieve in our business to be elite, to thrive, to achieve the returns we need out of our business for the risk that we put in as business owners.